AFTV, good game today.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was good to see. Well, you know what? At first, I felt like the game was like real slow. A lot of players didn't really get up with the paces. I felt like Aubameyang did his thing a little bit. He looked like a winger. He definitely looked like a winger. I feel like once Emery made those changes with the youngsters, you could see people were fighting for first spots. You know, I mean, you saw Eddie Nketiah. He came in with the energy. He came in with the fire. He came in with the desire. That's someone that's chasing Lacazette and Aubameyang for their spot. So we got to look out for him, definitely.
And for you, would you keep him? I've asked a few of the other guys, you know, because he could. A lot of the talk is that he could go out on loan, not even to a Premier League team, maybe to the Championship. Do you think that's a bad move, or do you think leave him in? Because remember, if you leave a player in as well, it's not just how he comes off the bench. If the two strikers got injured, it may be him starting week in, week out.
Right. Well, I mean, if the links are correct with Everton or let's say Zaha, I feel like that covers for it. Now, me personally, I would send Nketiah out on loan, but not to a championship team. At the end of the day, I feel like you're underestimating his actual talent or his potential. Send him to a championship team. You know, I mean, you're talking about a kid who was playing at the under-23s. I think he was scoring like 30 plus goals a season. So I wouldn't underestimate him like that. If anything, I would send him out to Germany because I think he could probably do this exact same thing that Jadon Sancho was doing, and Reece Nelson. You know, I mean, you got to think about that season when they were both playing in the under-23s. If I'm not mistaken, Nketiah scored more goals, and his assists weren't looking too bad either. So I would send him either to Germany or to another Premier League side so he can actually get up to paces with Lacazette and Aubameyang.
And do you trust the board? We're hearing that, you know, stay calm, be cool, right, and carry on because big, exciting players are coming in.
Right.
What are you laughing for? They're saying trust this. Do you trust them?
You know what? It's crazy because I feel like as Arsenal fans we panic. We panic quick, you know, like, oh, snap. You know, we go back to the Suarez deal. We go back to all the deals that.
Well, there's a lot of evidence there to be, you know, reasons to panic.
I think they're being strategic. I think the money's there, you know what I'm saying? But they're playing it out. And the reason why I believe this is if you pay attention, this 45 million thing went out real quick. It went out real quick. Like we was talking like before the end of the season, they were telling us it was 45 million. So think about if you're negotiating a deal, right? You're going to try and hold that. Wait, hold on. This ain't 45 million. Let's keep promoting that. Let's keep promoting that 45 million because potentially, you know, the team might be like, this team doesn't have that much money. On top of that, we don't have other buyers because that's Arsenal's big thing to quote unquote Zaha, and you don't have other teams in for him. So I look at it and I believe, you know, that with everything that's said, I don't believe you would put Edu.
But isn't it also a risky game? Because,
it's a risky
you know, you risk pissing off teams as well. You know what I mean? You could go, you know, like with the Zaha situation and you say 40 million.
Right.
Now, if I was the owner of Palace, I'd be like, you know what? The last people I want to sell him to now is these guys. They take in the mick £40 million for Wilfried Zaha. So you risk that as well, don't you?
Well, it's funny, you know, you had Raul that said, you know, he's got a lot of ammunition. I think his goal in the first place was to push. Zaha has that demeanor, has that personality to do a Koscielny. Let's be honest. So in that aspect, I think we was playing the waiting game there. But at the same time, I think we've always had backups. I think we was always looking at Everton we've been looking at Everton for a while. I think Edu was doing a lot of work behind the scenes that we just didn't even know about. So it's funny how we put all this pressure on the thing and guess what? 4 deals are about to go across the line. You see what I'm saying? But I am a big believer that if all 4 signings, or, you know, let's say we get a left back, let's say we get a midfielder, we get a winger, and we get a strong defender, I do believe that we will finish in the top 4 and maybe win the Europa League.